Good morning again, folks. This is Pastor Michael Emmett here with you again. Last time I did a video, we talked about having reminders or tassels in your life to remind you to follow and obey God. And I got to thinking about that a little bit more. I want to share with you for just a few quick moments 7 different ideas about what you can use as tassels. There are many more, but this might give you some ideas on how to get things started to have reminders in your life about serving God. Now, first of all, icons and symbols. In some areas of Christianity, they are really profound, almost worshiped. And some people dislike that and shy away from them because of that. But icons and symbols, even though they're overemphasized, can often be used as wonderful reminders. It's great to see symbols and ideas that will help you follow God. So keep things around that remind you about God. Crosses, pictures, different things that will remind you. Scriptures and devotions are huge. If you can have the Bible around you, it is a great reminder. Devotions that you can read on a daily basis or at least every other day, something like that, that will remind you ways to practically follow God. Those are great reminders. And the songs you listen to become very important too. What do you listen to on the radio? Is it things that remind you of worldly ideas or things that remind you about following God? So what do you watch? What do you listen to? That becomes a huge thing as well. Your disciplines, your ideas. What do you do on a daily basis? What are your habits? Do you have habits that you know you're going to do every day that will remind you about God? Or do your habits push you toward worldly things, push you toward things that are not godly? So keep that as a tassel or a reminder too. What are your daily habits? What is your daily routine? And how can that point you toward God? And then, of course, church services and activities, things that you do in church and around other people that are leaning toward God. Be surrounded by people that are also striving to serve God with all that they have. Let that be a great reminder or a great tassel for you to help you know what to do to follow God, to give you an example, to lead you. So let that be a great reminder, the people that you hang around. Another thing that I like to use is a to-do list. Some people are big on to-do lists, others are not. But if you keep down a list of things that you need to do on a daily basis to follow God, keep you from being distracted and going in other directions, it will help keep you on task and keep your ideas following God. Distractions are so commonplace today. I know when I'm trying to do a job, either at home or at work or church related, the devil wants to make sure that I have things that will distract me and turn me to the side. But if I have a list, I can say, okay, my mind is off in another direction. What am I supposed to be doing right now? I've forgotten. I can't keep track. Let me look back at my to-do list. Okay, what is the next thing that I need to do? What is something else that's a top priority for me that I can keep listed? So that might be an idea that would be a great tassel for you and a great reminder. And then, of course, the other thing is our conversation topics. What do you talk about on a regular basis? Deuteronomy 11:18-19 says, "So commit yourselves wholeheartedly to these words of mine. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead as reminders. Teach them to your children." Listen to this. "Talk about them when you are at home and when you are on the road, when you are going to bed and when you're getting up." Do we talk about biblical things? Do we talk about godly things? Or do we spend too much of our time talking about the ball game or the movie or the next song that's coming out or the next popular fashion trend? What do we discuss? Somewhere in that mix definitely needs to be things about God. If we talk a lot about God and put God in every subject, then it becomes greatly important to us. So what do you talk about? And finally, the Holy Spirit is our greatest reminder of all. The Holy Spirit, as Jesus described it in John 14:26, he said, "But he, the helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all things that I said to you." What a reminder. The Holy Spirit's going to remind you about Jesus and what Jesus does and what Jesus said and how he would have you live. The Holy Spirit comes to you when you're born again and he will remind you every day. So keep in touch with God. Pray for the Spirit to lead you. That's how God is present with us today through his Holy Spirit. So I hope these tassels will help you remember how to follow God. Put reminders in your life. These are just some ideas. Maybe it'll get you thinking about many, many more. God bless you today. Take this to heart and let God lead you.